The U.S. Senate is set to vote today on a bill that would make insider trading illegal for members of Congress.
The Stop Trading on Congressional Knowledge Act redefines insider trading to include knowledge gained from congressional work and services, and also calls for more transparency and requires reporting about members' investments.
It is a measure President Obama touched on in his State of the Union address.
Send me a bill that bans insider trading by members of Congress. I will sign it tomorrow.
24-hour News 8 political reporter Rick Alvin is here now to talk to one of the senators behind the bill, Senator Debbie Stabenow.
The senator joins us live. She's in Washington right now. And Senator, let's start with this. Has this bill been voted on? Because I know I was talking just a few moments ago to your office, and they were expecting it to come up at any moment.
Well, Rick, I actually just left the floor to come and talk with you and the people of West Michigan. We have 2 more votes before the final vote. I expect a strong bipartisan vote. It's very important that members of Congress be held to the same rules as everybody else, and that's what this is about.
On so many issues, there is a question about whether members of Congress have to live by the laws that they pass. And there's some cases where clearly that just doesn't happen. Should this be taken a little bit more, taken broader, I guess is the question. Should members of Congress have to abide by every law that they pass?
Well, absolutely. And Rick, you know, back in the spring, we talked last year when there was a discussion about the budget and if there might be a federal shutdown. And at that time, it came to my attention that if there was a shutdown, that other federal employees would not receive their paychecks, but members of Congress would, which was outrageous. So we put in legislation at that time that said members of Congress would not get their pay. And when it came up that there's a question about whether or not members are held to insider trading rules like everybody else, I've joined with colleagues and we've put in legislation to fix it. So we need to make sure that we are held to the same standard, the same rules, the same laws as everybody else. And that's what this is about.
You said you think you've got strong bipartisan support there in the Senate. Is this something that the House is also going to be able to deal with? I know that's a guess, but is it your understanding the House will take it up?
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, that is our belief at this point, that they will take it up and that they will pass it. You know, we deal with information all of the time about what's happening in the economy and other off-the-record kinds of information, and nobody should be able to trade or gain some kind of financial advantage because of something that we've learned in a private meeting working with regulators or with the Federal Reserve or anybody else. And we shouldn't be able to trade on inside information. That's what this is about. Hopefully, the House will just pass it quickly and we can be done with it. And then we need to refocus on the #1 issue, which is creating jobs.
Got about a minute left, and I'm going to try to get some insider information from you, Senator. This week, we started to hear the Department of Defense may be considering changing or eliminating the missions for the Air National Guard base in Battle Creek, and maybe even over at Selfridge. You represent both of those. First of all, what do you know about that prospect, and where do you think it's headed?
Well, it's my understanding that no decisions have been made. Both Senator Levin and I strongly support the base in Battle Creek and their mission, as well as Selfridge. We went through a number of cutbacks around the country a couple of years ago, as you know, and at that time there were actually missions and people that were transferred to Michigan because of the important work being done in Michigan. So I'm hopeful that we will not see any cutbacks in those areas.
Senator, as always, we appreciate your time. Thank you for keeping us updated.
Great to talk with you.